Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night slash Tuesday morning Zoom edition, and Bitcoin has had another dip down to around 106,000, so well below 110, and dragging down the rest of the market with it. Let's go to the charts. Okay, Bitcoin day chart, and 106.8, and Bitcoin's below all three of the major moving averages, 20, 50, and 200. It could bounce back though. It's dipped below the 200 a few times, then bounce back right away. So wouldn't surprise me if we got another bounce up to 110, and maybe Bitcoin's just going to go like this for a while between 105 and 110. We'll see how that plays out. Ethereum sitting right on the 200, down to 36.35, below the 20 and the 50, but hanging out to 200. So it's not doing that well either. Got Twitter up. I was scrolling through some of the posts. Kyle Chasse has a lot of them, but I thought this one was kind of obvious, but we should still emphasize it. Whales and corporates now driving the market, not retail. Inflows holding wallets less than zero point 0.1 Bitcoin have collapsed 5x in the last 2 years. So we are pretty much already aware that retail had not entered this market that much. It was mostly whales and corporations pushing this. So we'll see if that continues or not. Let's see, what else did I want to emphasize? Long-term holders dumped 405,000 Bitcoin in the last 30 days. So if you're wondering what's going on and market dipping, that probably has something to do with it. Mm. One of the Fed chairmen here says rates will settle below current levels, but warns against front-loading cuts. So there should be more cuts coming, but don't anticipate it. Is that what that means? Um, and then lots of liquidations in the last 24 hours. So most of the news is bad, but when the markets are down like this, that's kind of normal. But my watch list is showing mostly positive. So perhaps today will be a recovery day. Monday in the US, Tuesday here in Asia. So we will see. All right, well, let's go to some of our free sources and see if we can find some day trades and swing trades. Got crypto bubbles up. As you can see, it's mostly a red day. Dash is an older project, but a privacy coin. And that and Zcash have been up this past week or so. So there seems to be a new attention on privacy coins. So that's probably why those have been pumping. Let's go to the Dash chart and look at it. I set up my alerts on this already. So if it dips below 80 on the RTI, I'll be looking for a short. Last time it broke below 20 on the RTI, it did make a nice recovery. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. This is my day trading layout, 15-minute chart. Supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo for support and resistance. Red zone resistance, green zone support. And we're dipping back out of the resistance now. So The RTI, relative trend index, that will probably dip below the 80 fairly soon. When that happens, I'll consider Dash for a short. If it dips all the way down to the 20 and comes back, like what happened here and here, then it could be a long position. And the last one did really well, 30%. It's a great day trade. So
What what exchange are you using to do your shorts?
I'm connected with a third-party software called Carbon. That's connected to Bybit, and I have one connection to BitGet. And then I've been trading more. I've been doing more live trading, manual trading on Blowfin. Blowfin doesn't require KYC, um, so that's one that we can still trade on. Even Americans should be able to trade on that one. If you're interested, email me or message me, and I'll send you my link, and you can join. We'll both get paid a little bit. So,
Okay, thanks.
you're welcome. There's some others. MEXC comes to mind. Got a couple of friends of mine who like that one.
Yeah, I use XC a lot,
Yeah.
but I haven't done shorts yet.
Okay. All right. So that's Dash on a day trade layout. On the swing trade, go to the hour chart. Same indicators for support and resistance. And then I'm using SuperTrend for alerts and entries if I have confirmation by the Trendilo LSMA is moving average indicator. So right now we've got a buy signal from the SuperTrend, Trendilo pointing up. So the indicators are on board, but we're right at resistance on a 1 hour chart. So I'm going to look at the 4 hour chart, and it's about the same. Yeah. Dash hadn't really done much of anything at all in the last several months, years, until this renewed interest in privacy coins kicked in. So we're at the top of the range, at least of anything even remotely recent. If I go to the week chart, then we've got some highs from 2021 for a retrace. But yeah, I don't want to do 3 year swing trades. So don't really like this one as a swing. If it breaks above the red zone, say 127 with some force, then that might be a coin that's taking off. So that might be the way to look at that. All right, so that's Dash. Let's go back to crypto bubbles and look at the Zcash. We've been looking at this one off and on quite a while. I've been trading this with some frequency, and I already got my rectangle ready. So when I set an alert on the RTI to go both directions, to trade both directions, entering a channel is my choice. 80 on top on the upper bound, 20 on the lower bound, and that creates the rectangle. So if it breaks above the 80 and then dips back down, that's entering a channel that I'll get an alert. You know, breaks below the 20, comes back up, same thing. I'll get an alert, and then I'll have a decision to make if I want to take that trade. I already have that alert going, so I'm not gonna do it again. We're above the 80, so the most likely next trade would be a short, but these shorts have been fake outs here, the last couple that have dipped below the 80, so be careful there. Uh, all right, swing trade on Zcash. And yeah, we're like at the resistance. Both indicators are positive. Not the case on the 4 hour chart. 8 hour, yeah. Same thing. We're at, the high of this coin's range. Have to go all the way. Yeah, we're at an all-time high essentially with Zcash. So we're not going to have a retrace necessarily. If you want to trade this one, you're going to look for it to break above the resistance area here. Probably above 455 would be the place to get in. If it breaks above the force, you want to catch that ride. Okay, that's Zcash. And what is Decred? DCR. I'm not familiar with that one. Let's look at it. Okay, it's not on many exchanges. It's on MEXC. We were talking about that earlier. Let's check that out. Yeah, it looks like the others we've looked at. It's above the 80 on the RTI on the 15-minute chart. So if you can trade this on leverage, you might want to catch a dip or set this up for the next break below the 20, catch the next pump. And that alert looks like this, crossing up 20 once per bar close. Alert name, crypto bubbles, notifications. Notify an app on my smartphone. Toast notification pops up on my laptop. Play a sound also on my laptop. So those are how you create an alert. All right. And a swing. And we're right at resistance, but the indicators are on our side. And again, looks like we're at a all-time high with this. So yeah, if you want to catch the next trend up, maybe set an alert around 35 or 36 and see if it breaks above that with some force. All right, well, that's enough for crypto bubbles. Let's see what else we can look at. Let's go to CoinGecko. Sort this by 24 hours. Let's look at the same coins we were looking at. Sort by 7 days. ICP, I took a trade on that today. Let's look at that one. Internet computer, which is kind of like Doge to me. It's something I like to short. Had some success with that in the past. Currently above the 80, so it should be shortable fairly soon. And when it breaks below the 80, we had one fake out here and then a pretty good run down. Um, yeah, 9%. That's a really good day trade on the short side. So it's got potential. If you want to trade both directions, you should probably do that. Since I already have a trade in on this, I didn't set it up. But okay, so let's look at this as a swing. Huh. Some strong candle action, but SuperTrend is not turned yet. But again, I think we're at or near all-time highs or recent range highs with this one. And got the 4 hour, got some candle action around 458. All right, that's not bad, 10%. But still taking a long is close to the red zone. Not something I like to do. The 8 hour chart got a little more room. 22% in 51 days. It's longer than I want to be in a trade. So don't really like this as a swing, but has potential as a day trade. Okay, so that was ICP. Tau. Let's look at Tau. Base. Okay, so this looks better on a long position. It's dipped below the 20 on the RTI. The last time he did this was a fake out. But if it breaks above the 20, to this resistance of 7% in 9 hours, and to here, 9.6% in a little over a day and a half. Those are pretty good retrace options. Swing trade. Okay. Well, we have a buy on the super trend, but the candle action's down. Trendilo is not confirming. But retrace about 12% in 2 days. That's a really good swing trade, good short one. So kind of like that. Tau has potential as both a day and a swing trade. All right, let's go to coin market cap sentiment. See what that community likes right now. Virtual Caspa vet here. Stellar, Litecoin. The Stellar and Litecoin are privacy coins too. It's virtual. I don't think I know that one. Okay. It's all over the place. It's not cracking. Let's look at that. Got it there. Not much volume, but it dipped below the 20, so it's got retrace potential. 20%. So that looks good. But not much volume on this exchange. Swing trade. Indicators are on board. Retrace 31% in less than 2 days. Love that. So this one's kind of interesting. Virtual. It's both a swing and a day trade. It has a good structure now. So if you're looking for a trade to do today, not financial advice, I want to check this one out. And let's look at VeChain. I haven't look at this one in a long time. So VeChain just broke above the 20. And has retrace potential. Here's some short-term resistance, 3%. And up here, the red zone, 10% in a little over a day. So that's a pretty good day trade potential. Let's go to the hour. The retrace potential is good here, but we don't have any candle action or indicators on our side at the moment. But to the red zone, 18% in 7 days, that's really good. So you might want to keep an eye on this, set an alert for the SuperTrend and see what you want to do if and when that goes off. Choose SuperTrend buy, and you're good to go from there. All right, look at one more on this one. Near, maybe? Let's look at near. So near is also just below the 20 on the RTI. So that should be ready any minute. Then retrace here, about 3%. In the red zone, 11% and a little over a day. Kind of like the last one we just looked at. So that looks good. And if you want to do a swing, set an alert on your super trend. And then you've got resistance here at 12% in less than 2 days. The red zone, 23% in 7 days. So that's really good. So we found some good ones here. Capitalizing on this dip that we've had in the overall market. So if you're a dip trader like me, kind of like those entries. Okay. All right, had a few people join me. Craig and Robin, good to see you. Any questions or comments before I wrap it up?
Nope, I'm good.
No.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for joining me live. If you're watching on the recording, I'd rather see you live, but check out the opportunities in the pinned comment to help fund the channel. And I will most likely be back on Thursday night / Friday morning. You guys have a good trading week. Bye.